In the Russia-Ukraine conflict, in this military engagement you are about to watch in the Ukrainian crisis, you will see how Ukrainian forces destroyed Russian army armored vehicles in the open field. Watch the video until the end to stay informed about other military engagements that have occurred in recent days. In this operation, a Ukrainian drone strike obliterates Russian armored vehicles. Russian units advancing in the Kostyantynivka direction moved toward Ukrainian defensive positions near Yablonivka. First, Ukrainian drone operators struck an enemy armored vehicle, but the armor was still mobile. Subsequently, with a precise strike, the enemy military vehicle was rendered completely disabled. However, this time the enemy faced not just a defensive line, but the FPV drone teams of the 12th Azov Brigade and artillery fire from neighboring units. As you can see, the Russian army tank maneuvers in the open field, seemingly not knowing what to do. None of this benefited the enemy. In conclusion, in this military incident, Ukrainian Azov Brigade FPV drones and artillery decimate Russian armor. Within minutes, the enemy assault was completely neutralized. The enemy soldiers were halted, the enemy tanks were destroyed. In this powerful military operation, Russian units were left in panic, their morale shattered. This decisive superiority achieved on the Kostyantynivka line secured a strategic advantage for Ukraine on the front. If you also want to instantly learn about these kinds of frontline analyses, FPV drone operations, and hot battlefield developments, then right now subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on notifications. In further military engagements, as you are watching, a Russian enemy 152mm ML-20 howitzer was detected by Ukrainian FPV drone operators. The target was designated. As soon as the enemy vehicle approached the forested area, it was destroyed and rendered completely disabled by a sudden precision strike. This military engagement you are watching took place in the Donetsk region in the early morning hours. A Russian armored group advancing toward the Kostyantynivka direction emerged from the wide forest line and began approaching Ukrainian defensive positions. Their goal was to inflict a heavy blow on the Ukrainian positions. Although the Russians launched a powerful assault, Ukrainian UAVs had detected them. And with reports coming from the reconnaissance UAVs, Ukrainian Kamikaze drones were immediately vectored toward these Russian army armored targets. In this military operation, a large number of enemy vehicles were destroyed, and the enemy Russian assault group soldiers were neutralized. These images were detected by reconnaissance UAVs. The Russian army convoy consisted of one main battle tank, two armored personnel carriers, APC, one infantry fighting vehicle, IFV, three additional tanks, four armored combat vehicles, or BBM, one BMD, and one TLB. The reconnaissance FPV drones targeted the tank at the very front of the convoy. The explosive-laden Kamikaze UAV hit the armor's weak spot with flawless timing. Within 1 minute, the entire convoy was plunged into chaos, panic, communication breakdown, a confused chain of command. There was no escape. Amidst the clouds of smoke and dust, every single armored vehicle was neutralized. The MTLB and BMD models could not withstand the FPV strikes due to their weaker armor structure. This hot development demonstrated that Russia's attempts to advance on the Donetsk line have once again resulted in total destruction. If you found the frontline analyses useful, like the video and share with us in the comments which country you are watching from. Hot development in the Lymansky direction. The Signum FPV battalion of Ukraine's 53rd Mechanized Brigade has once again achieved a decisive success on the front line. Ukrainian FP5 drone operators used high-resolution optical systems to neutralize a Russian military motorcyclist, followed by small enemy teams with pinpoint accuracy. Seconds later, a Russian armored vehicle was detected in the target zone. Launched with cold precision strike and flawless timing, a Kamikaze FPV drone approached the vehicle and destroyed the armor. Morale rose on the Lymansky line, while the Russian side was shaken by disrupted logistics and chaos. This military engagement in the Ukraine crisis took place in the Vladimirovka direction. Ukrainian front lines successfully halted a large-scale Russian assault that began in the morning hours. The Russian enemy attempted to press the front line with armored vehicles and motorcycle troops. However, Ukrainian FPV UAV operators launched a precision strike with cool-headed coordination and a tactical strike operation. Kamikaze drones, launched one after another, destroyed the Russian armor in the target zone with direct hits. Armored personnel carriers and several motorcycle groups belonging to the Russian army were completely neutralized. This operation proved how destructive efficiency and unwavering resolve provided the Ukrainian army with decisive superiority on the front. This tactical strike success on the front line demoralized the Russian military units. Russia-Ukraine War, October 2025. Ukrainian FPV drone units detected Russian soldiers hiding in underground bunkers within the trenches during a reconnaissance mission conducted in the morning hours. Within minutes, FPV kamikaze drones were vectored toward the targets. A few minutes later, assaults began with Ukrainian drones delivering precision strikes on the trenches with cold precision strike and flawless timing. With the first strike, the trench line was completely torn apart and the enemy units were neutralized. FPVs carrying explosive payloads maneuvered with terrifying agility at low altitude, hitting the positions with pinpoint accuracy. This military engagement, executed with unwavering resolve, completely disabled the Russian enemy's defense. As a result, the destructive efficiency, tactical strike superiority, and decisive advantage achieved by Ukrainian drones in this operation boosted the morale of the Ukrainian forces. An operation targeting Russian armored vehicles in the Krusk direction on the northeast Kharkiv line also drew attention. In this military engagement, Ukrainian FPV drone teams completely destroyed a Russian tank and 3 military vehicles with an overwhelming and unforgettable strike. Kamikaze-type FPV UAVs disabled the convoy with high speed and terrifying agility, quickly and clearly neutralizing the targets. Ukrainian drone operators meticulously identified each target and, ensuring the strike would be effective, approached the enemy vehicle using the kamikaze drone and destroyed the vehicle with a precision strike. This armor included an enemy tank. Ukrainian FPV drone operators skillfully halt the enemy's advance through reconnaissance. This military engagement was a combination of precision strike and tactical ambush. The operators' advanced FPV control and the accurate targeting of the explosive payloads determined the results. This battlefield once again proved that there is no escape in drone warfare. For Russian forces, this is a grim monument to a failed strategy, disrupted logistics. On the Ukrainian front line, every hit boosts morale and provides a decisive advantage. Subscribe for more, like the video, and share the time you watch the video in the comments. We will return with updates and analytical clips from the field. As the smoke dissipates, that line in the Krusk direction is now defined only by wreckage and silence. The moments when FPV drones operate with such cold-blooded and ruthless accuracy are rewriting the definition of modern warfare. FPV drones truly hold significant importance in the Russia-Ukraine war.